American military personnel. IRGC spokesman General Ramezan Sharif claimed responsibility for the attack, to which the listening crowd responded with chants of death to Israel, death to England, and death to the United States. According to official Iranian statements, the IRGC, which is in charge of the Islamic Republic's ballistic missile program, fired 18 ballistic missiles at the 2 Iraqi bases from which the regime's military arm believes the United States launched its precision drone attack that assassinated its Quds force commander, General Qasem Soleimani. Meanwhile, in Tehran, the Islamic Republic's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declared the retaliatory strike to be a slap in the face of America. In a televised speech, Khamenei further asserted that the bombardment of American installations stopped short of Tehran's ultimate goal, which aims to remove any U.S. presence from the Middle East.
حالا یه سیلی دیشب به اینها زده شد. این مسئله دیگری است. این کارهای نظامی به این شکل کفایت اون قضیه رو نمیکنه. آنچه مهمه این است که بایستی حضور فساد برانگیز آمریکا در این منطقه منتهی بشه، تمام بشه.
Following up on the statements by the supreme leader, the Ayatollah regime's top diplomat, Muhammad Javad Zarif, made an English statement to Iranian press in which he once again threatened the United States with harsh consequences if the latter would respond to the IRGC's retaliatory bombardment.
Well, we've said very clearly that if the United States takes any further action, Iran will respond accordingly, and we will respond in a very harsh way, but proportionately.
Despite the fact that Qasem Soleimani was openly praised by Iranian leaders as the mastermind of many attacks against American and other Western forces, Foreign Minister Zarif insisted that the latest escalation rooted with Washington's decision to wage an economic war against Tehran.
Well, we did not start this process of escalation. The United States waged an economic war against Iran. The United States has to come to its senses.
Residents of Tehran voiced support of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard's attack of U.S. installations in Iraq, insisting that it is aligned with the principles of Islam.
مسئولین ما همشون هوشیارن. نوعاً هم میگن ما جنگ طلب نیستیم، به ویژه رهبر بزرگوار ما. یا ما اهل جنگ نیستیم، ولی این نیست که اگر به شما سیلی زدن بگین این یکی رم بزن. نه، سیلی کسی زد بعد سیلیشو بخوره، خودشو جمع جور بکنه. علتش اینه به اعتقاد من.
الان زمزمه های یک گوشه کنار شروع شده که آقا اگه انتقام بگیرید ممکنه جنگ بشه، اگه انتقام بگیرید ممکنه صدمات دیگه به کشور بخوره. اصلا اینطوری نیست. اصلا دستور صریح دین ما اینه که اگر میخواد جنایتکار جانی سر جاش بشینه محکم در دهانش بزنید.
Meanwhile, in Washington, U.S. President Donald Trump responded to the Iranian attack with a tweet, insisting that all is well. The American leader further wrote that while an assessment of casualties and damage is taking place, he ambiguously wrote, "So far so good," while stopping short from elaborating on the situation, other than reminding the Islamic Republic and the rest of the international community that the United States maintains the most powerful military of the world. Subsequently, U.S. lawmakers were cautious on making any elaborate statements on the situation before additional information comes to light.
Well, it's very troubling. It's early. We know as many as 12 missiles have been launched. We'll have to determine how many of them successfully hit their targets, whether or not our defenses are able to mitigate some of that. We'll have to take a look at it overnight and then respond appropriately.
First, my immediate concern is for the safety and security of American troops, as well as those who are our partners in the region. My hope and prayer is that there haven't been American casualties, and we don't yet know that tonight. Second, it's clear that we have escalated the threat to America's personnel and interests in the region by striking General Soleimani, the commander of the IRGC. I do not have any mourning for the passing of this individual responsible for the deaths of hundreds of Americans over many years. But I am questioning whether or not the Trump administration has a coherent strategy for what to do next.
Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterated Jerusalem's unwavering support for the United States, vowing to stand firm alongside its ally amid the escalating situation.
Qasem Soleimani was responsible for the death of countless innocent people. He destabilized many countries. For decades, he sowed fear and misery and anguish, and he was planning much worse. President Trump should be congratulated for acting swiftly, boldly, and resolutely against this terrorist in chief. For acting against this terrorist in chief, who was the architect and driver of Iran's campaign of carnage and terror throughout the Middle East and throughout the world. It's very important to say, as I do now again, that Israel stands completely beside the United States and behind the United States.
The Israeli leader also highlighted Jerusalem's resolve to protect itself from any foe seeking to harm the Jewish state.
במזרח התיכון של היום אין יום שדומה למשנהו, הטלטלה האזורית נמשכת, המאבק בין הקיצונים למתונים מוסיף להתנהל במלוא עוזו. ומצד אחד כמובן האסלאם הרדיקלי בהובלת איראן, שמבקשת ללפות חלקים גדולים מן המרחב באמצעות טרור רצחני וללפות אותנו, לחנוק אותנו ולחסל אותנו, כי הם מבינים שהכוח החזק ביותר של תרבות המערב מצוי פה במדינת ישראל. מבינים את זה מצוין. מצד שני המחנה הפרגמטי שמאוים על ידי קנאי האסלאם, מחנה שמבין היטב את משמעות המערכה למען הקיום, למען החיים, למען העתיד. מדינת ישראל היא העוגן היציב במים הגועשים הללו. והאתגרים שאיתם אנחנו מתמודדים אינם פוחתים מבחינות רבות, להפך. אבל אנחנו עומדים איתן מול מבקשי נפשנו, אנחנו עומדים בנחישות ובעוצמה. מי שמנסה לתקוף אותנו יספוג מכה מוחצת ביותר.
Earlier today, Israel's former director of the National Security Council, Brigadier General in Reserve Yaakov Nagel, said that he did not believe that the United States would refrain from retaliating for the Iranian ballistic missile attack on the American armed forces. In an interview with Israel's Army Radio, General Nagel also commented on the possibility that Israel might be forced into war with Iran, insisting that he does not see reasonable probability of Israel getting dragged into war, but stopped short from ruling out such a scenario.